Not all heroes wear capes. That goes for the algorithm, and maybe it just goes for this hero as well. I'm very, very excited to talk to you guys. Lots has happened since my last update video, which was apparently only 12 days ago. You can see kind of below me here. The future of this channel is the name of the video. And I'd never done a channel update before, and I was a little bit worried to talk about it. Most of my stuff is just very nerdy, all about cards. I share very little about myself, and I was pretty open in that video. And long story short, I was very demotivated. This comes from, various different things, but primarily because Age of Apocalypse was delayed over here for so long, and then so was Iceman. And that was getting me down quite a bit. A lot of people, say they liked my, reviews a lot, and suddenly I couldn't do them. And you might be thinking, that's not a big deal. There's lots else in Marvel Champions you can talk about. Yes, but I've been covering the previews for these things. I've been really excited for them, so it was a pretty hefty hit to my motivation. But what has helped my motivation is dozens and dozens of extremely nice comments, lots and lots of support. Do I want to say I got emotional? Surely not. It was really, really appreciated, really greatly received. I thank everyone for every comment if you've left one. I'm pretty sure I replied to all of them anyway, which I usually try to do anyway. But it was really, really fantastic to see that support. I feel a lot better about, the delays over here in the UK now. A lot of people said, doesn't matter when you get Iceman, I'll watch your video anyway. I always look forward to your reviews. Other people said, I don't really want to watch your reviews. I like your other content. Don't worry about it. And though they're coming from different angles, the takeaway I got from that is I don't really need to be worried about delayed products at all. Yes, it is kind of a blow if I don't get them, but it's not the end of the world. And you guys will watch whatever, I'm putting out instead. And yeah, that was a great relief. But you know what else helps with delays over here is someone sending Iceman with lightning speed. I don't know how they got it here so quick. They must have, done some kind of Nightcrawler shenanigans and bounced it over here, just teleported. A couple days after that video, someone's like, yeah, I could maybe help you get that. And that was friend of the channel, Kruno Borelli. And thank you so much, my friend. That was absolutely incredible. So a little secret about this box here. This has not just arrived. I've had this a little while. I've been playing the heck out of Iceman for, I don't know, over a week at this point. I've played him many times in different aspects, and I'm almost ready to do the review, if I'm honest. I'm going to do a little bit more. I need to get in a couple more solo games, a couple more Justice games, but yeah, it's been really, really fun. I've tried him with different pairings, a lot of the new aspect cards as well, so that's kind of awesome. And when I did my channel update, 12 days ago, what happened was I opened YouTube memberships and Patreon, and I put out a poll to my members and patrons, and I basically said, do you want me to use the money, to try and get Iceman here faster, or should I try and upgrade the stream with different equipment and things like that? And well, a couple of people were interested in getting Iceman quicker, but most people said, let's improve the channel, let's get better equipment, lighting, things like that. So yeah, I didn't put anything toward getting Iceman, so extreme thanks to Kruno for getting this here. Please, everybody, say a huge thank you to Kruno in the comments down below. I'm so appreciative. And instead, I've taken all your support and I have been putting it into equipment. I said it in my previous video, actually, the new protection archetype video. You can see down below on the kind of left somewhere, I think. I've got some lights up here now. I feel like a proper YouTuber, and that's super awesome. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Next up, I want to work on the cameras. I did get a second camera, so I don't have to entirely dismantle this setup so I can record gameplay over where I've actually got space to record gameplay because there's only so much space here. Things like that is what I'm really working toward. So I want to say a huge, huge thank you to anyone who has supported me that way. But honestly, just nice comments. If you've ever liked and, subscribed, that has been hugely appreciated. And we've actually over 2,000 subscribers now. I forgot to mention that. That's amazing. I didn't think I was ever going to get there. When I started the channel, didn't know what was going to happen. Here we are. And when I put out that channel update video, I was really anxious about it, if I'm honest. I was kind of like a bit nervous about it after I posted it, but I also felt a great sense of relief, and I'm really glad I did it now. I kind of felt like the channel was kind of on the kind of edge, and it could have gone either way. I could have maybe started, winding it down, done a few less videos, feeling a bit down about things. But instead, the overwhelming support, all the kindness, and look, guys, they dropped the Nightcrawler, the X-Men I was most anticipating, just a couple days after. You can see I've got a deep dive video all about him here as well now. So I was going to slow down. I had the podcast already recorded. It comes out on the third Monday of every month. We just missed the previous month because Age of Apocalypse was delayed. Suddenly Nightcrawler, and I always review the aspect cards they come with as well. So suddenly I'm making a bunch of videos. Suddenly we're over 2,000 subscribers, and I am incredibly grateful. It's kind of gone from, I don't want to say rock bottom in terms of YouTube motivation, but definitely taken a heavy hit to suddenly springboarding back, and I almost feel like the channel has turned the corner and is doing better than ever. And it's probably all in my head, but I feel incredibly motivated. I have tons and tons of ideas. I want to do stuff on the modulars, on the villains, on gameplay tips, deck building. I want to do gameplay. I really need another camera to do that effectively. I did a 3-player stream with Nelson and D20 against Apocalypse 2, N7, the final villain from Age of Apocalypse, a few days ago as well. And I'll try and put a link for that in the description, but that was really fun. But I noticed how bad my camera was in comparison to Nelson and D20's. It was barely hanging in there. So yeah, I need that camera to do better, but that is a work in progress. Hopefully we'll have that soon. Yeah, very excited. So I've been really motivated, and not just because I've got Iceman here, but Nightcrawler as well. All you guys support. A few content creators reached out as well, and were really supportive behind the scenes. And it's always nice to talk to someone who's in your shoes and things. And some of the people who actually encouraged me to start my channel in the first place. It's just a really great community here in Marvel Champions in general. Both the general community, content creators. Most people are fantastic, and I feel very lucky to be part of it. So that's about where things are. I did want to talk a little bit about the YouTube memberships and Patreons, because I didn't really know what I was talking about when I started it. I just thought this could really help out, and let's go for it. And what I've done is I've made multiple tiers and ways you can support me, both on YouTube and here on Patreon, which I'm now showing. There's actually a cheaper option on YouTube as well. And they're both really helpful, but nobody has to do it. Like I say, if you've just watched a video, that is already more support than anybody needs to do. But if you do want to do more, this is an option. And I wanted to really make clear what I'm doing with this. I'm not going to be hiding any Marvel Champions videos behind the paywall or anything like that. Nothing wrong with that, but that is just not what I'm choosing to do. So anything I put out, everyone is going to be able to see, and there'll be no delays in it. I'm not doing any sort of early reveals on the videos or anything like that for people who are members. So if you're watching this now, you'll be able to watch everything else as well to do with Marvel Champions. Maybe I'll do a behind the scenes video, but I'm not really sure about that. I don't know where I'd find the time, but it's an idea that I like. But long story short, nobody has to worry about not being able to watch anything I put out there. But if you do want to support the channel, what you'll get to see is I'm putting out different polls that will affect what kind of videos I make in the future. There's no kind of set regularity to how often they will be, but they will be there. I'm also putting some behind the scenes things up on both YouTube community posts for members and on Patreon. And it's probably a good time to say anything I'm putting on the YouTube community post, I'm putting on Patreon and vice versa. So it's really choose how you want to support rather than get different kind of benefits. And yeah, just, games I've been playing, things that I'm looking at, questions for you guys. And I'm enjoying that. So hopefully you guys are enjoying those updates as well there. And if you do want to go for one of these slightly bigger ways to support me, I will build you a custom deck. And I actually wanted to talk about that because nobody's taken me up for that even when they've gone for that offer, which is fine. People probably just want to support the channel, which has been amazing. But also, this is really just meant as a bonus. This is kind of put out there for, if you can and want to support, go for it. If you don't want to, no problem. Because if you want a deck build, you can go to any kind of Marvel Champions social media. Discord is probably the one I would recommend. You can go to my Discord, in fact, below. You say, hey, could somebody help me out with a deck for, X character or that? Someone's probably actually going to help you out. And if you're regular in the Discord server, I might just help you anyway. But this is a way to specifically get me to help, make a deck for you with a couple of, instructions, a little bit of a write-up for that, just once a month if you are, subscribed on Patreon or a YouTube member. So just thought this was interesting to go over the details. But for most of you, people just watching the videos, you're going to be able to keep on watching the videos. Absolutely no problem. You probably won't notice any change, and that is intentional. But there is actually another way you can support the channel. So D20 put this video out a few days ago now, quite quickly after my video, and it's all about supporting content creators and his take on it. And it was really interesting to see, how many hours he puts in, what he gets back from it. I can safely say last month he made more money than my channel has made in like 9 months. But he's a much bigger channel. But it's so interesting to see, and it does highlight how many hours go into a channel, and relatively how little there is to get back on YouTube for these kind of it's pretty niche subjects we're talking about here. Marvel Champions is a niche within a niche, as D20 says. So amazing video, you guys should check out. Really, really interesting. And he also talks about kind of a, I don't know if it's a sponsorship per se, but it's basically a company he's working with, and you got a special link and you can get some money off something. And looking for ways to support the channel, that is something I kind of looked into. I mean, I technically had a little email sitting in my inbox, and I was kind of umming and erring over it, but I thought it'd be fun to do because I actually really like the company. And what it'd be nice to stick to board game stuff, I still think it's going to be something you guys are really interested in, because we all, well, most of us wear clothes. So there's a brand I actually came across years ago on an esports channel, and it's called Into the AM, and they do different, t-shirts, shirts, hoodies, things like that, and they look really cool. And I don't know about you guys, but if you're really into your board games, you might not be super fashionable. That's how it is for me. So finding them was really, really useful, and they are willing to support the channel. So if you want to see what that kind of stuff looks like, I'll try and put some stuff up on the screen, but I'm actually wearing one of their things now. I've got this line here. I think this t-shirt's super cool. I've got several from them now, and yeah, really, really cool stuff. Really excited, and I am really excited to share this with you. So there'll be a link down below. You can use the code VTheory on the website for Into the AM, and if you want to look good while playing Marvel Champions, this is a way to do it. You get money off. I get, a little bit of support back for it, and if we can get 10 orders, it's going to open things up for the channel even more, which would be incredible. So you get something discounted, it helps me, and hopefully you'll get to look really good doing it. So thought I'd throw that out there. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And that's about it. My previous channel update, the future of this channel, has the most dislikes of any video I've ever done. I lost several subscribers for making it, but I'm glad I did it. And on the flip side, it has some of the most likes I've ever received as well, and some of the most support I've ever received in my life for anything. So really grateful for you guys for listening and hearing me out. Thank you for doing it again here. It's been amazing. I'm really looking forward to what's coming up. So long story short, things are going really, really good kind of all of a sudden. I'm feeling ultra motivated. I have a lot of plans for the future, and if we could hit 3K subscribers by the end of the year, that's kind of my little softer goal for myself here, trying, motivate me a bit more. So thought I'd throw that out there. But yeah, lots of new good stuff coming up in the future. Maybe a couple of collaborations with some other YouTubers, as well as, of course, Shadow of the Past should now hopefully be back to its regular scheduling. And we have a guest on next time in Web Warrior Fanatic, so definitely check that out. But I've rambled enough for now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.